We have here the 2024 Specialized Allez Sprint Limited Edition color in a size 52, weighing 18 pounds, 14 ounces in kilos, 8.60 kgs. Stay tuned to after Freehub or after a video where your Freehub buy on this wheel right here. Is the Specialized Allez Sprint still the best value performance bike you can get on the market today? This here is the 2024 Specialized Allez Sprint Limited Edition. Retails for $3,500. Comes equipped with 105 Di2. Comes in a beautiful limited edition color as well. And it has some alloy wheels on there. But the Allez Sprint was just refreshed about a year and a half ago. And we want to know today, is this still one of the best value bicycles you can get on the market? What do I mean when I say that? In terms of a bicycle, there's a couple of different characteristics you can look at it. It could be the frame geometry, it could be the frame aerodynamics, it could be the carbon fiber, it could be everything about it. The Allez Sprint, when it first came out, was advertised towards the crit race machine bicycle. It gave you every single performance characteristic you want in a bicycle, but it wasn't some high-priced carbon fiber bike that you were scared to lay down when you went for a win on a corner or you went for a win on a sprint finish. The Allez Sprint gave you the opportunity to go ahead and build out a beautiful, fast, responsive bike that was an alloy bicycle, but used their smart weld technology in their rear stays, their top tubes, their down tube, their top tube, and also their bottom bracket. And what this did with this smart weld is they reinforced those areas to make it more stiff. And they wanted to make sure the bicycle responded as quickly as possible. Again, you want as much stiffness as possible. When you're doing the bike on there, you're not looking for, and especially in a crit race, you're really not looking for any compliance. So you want to hit that corner and you want to accelerate out of there as quickly as possible. You want that bicycle, whenever you stomp on those cranks, whenever you put power into that bottom bracket, you want that bicycle to take off straight as an arrow and put back everything that you put into it, and it's going to make sure it gets back to you. So that was the idea behind the Allez Sprint. So then you see all these crazy builds with carbon fiber wheels, 1x setups, and this is exactly what this bicycle is being built for. The customer bought this bicycle. We're actually going to tear it all down. And he's doing the opposite in terms of a cheap build, but it's gonna be a fun build. We're doing lightweight carbon fiber wheels and a mid-depth wheel, 45, 50 front, Durace group set, integrated bar and stem combination. We're gonna see how much weight we can take off this thing, a 1x chainring. So I'm very excited for it. But the original Allez Sprint was what it was known for. It took bits and pieces of the Venge in the rear, lightweight tubing, skinny front fork. Now on this Allez Sprint, where they changed it, they went ahead and went after the Tarmac SL7. And from this generation of the Allez Sprint, from the previous generation, they were able to save 41 seconds over 40 kilometers in terms of the aerodynamics. Basically because of the fact that they went after, it's exact, pretty much an aluminum copy of the Tarmac SL7. Same exact Tarmac SL7 front fork, very similar integrated cables that are ran through here. If you can get a 3D printed spacer on here, you can set up pretty nicely. The exact same seat post on here as a Tarmac SL7, so you can go ahead and get a 0-degree offset post in there if you want to as well. Same tubing for the down tube, same tubing for the seat post, same tubing for the rear stays. Everything's exactly the same in terms of geometry, and that was the whole idea behind it. They're saying, hey, if we have Tarmac SL7 customers who are ready to race in the crits, but they want to lay down their Tarmac SL7 S-Works, they can buy this bike, copy their fit completely on there, and have the exact same bike perform what they're used to on there. That was the whole idea behind it. So in today's video, I'll kind of just go through what this bicycle is about, talk about the features on this bicycle as well. And then in the future videos, you'll see me, we're gonna just tear down this whole entire bicycle, which I'll record the whole process and upgrade the whole thing. It's gonna be an expensive build in terms of the Durace group set and carbon fiber wheels, but it's gonna be a fun build. Again, it's not your money. This is just pure content. I don't charge you anything for these YouTube videos, so enjoy it. If you're looking to build a crit machine, go for it. If you're looking for a bicycle that you don't wanna go ahead and dump a lot of money to get into the sport, I know $3 grand is not anything to bat an eye at, but with this bicycle will not hinder you by any means possible in terms of performance. It has aerodynamics, it has speed built into it. It won't hold you back in terms of speed. It's a nice geometry for what you're doing on there. It's a great all-around bicycle that I always recommend to people, especially when they're looking into carbon fiber, because sometimes those entry-level carbon fiber frames are not spec'd with nice components, are not spec'd with a nice geometry. They're not really speed friendly. So I always recommend the Allez Sprint, or even like the CAD, the Cannondale CAD 10s or 12s, or whatever they were back in the day, for that reason, because you got a lot of value out of the frame set itself there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this bicycle build. So starting off with the cockpit on here, this is a size 52. This is a specialized alloy handlebar with a 90mm stem and a size 40 handlebar. Now the flare came from the factory on here. We're gonna be swapping out bars and stem and shifters as well, but it came equipped with the Supercast bar tape. Now, you guys heard me mention before, it's a limited edition color or limited edition bike for $3,500. The main bicycle, the Specialized Allez Sprint for 2025, comes with mechanical 105 Di2, I'm sorry, mechanical 105, 12 gears in the rear, 2 in the front, mechanical for $3,000. So for $500 more, you're getting a limited edition color and you're getting electronic 105, which I've always said this before in the past. The 105 Di2, you close your eyes and you shift that, it's the exact same shifter ergonomics, the exact same shifter pads. All you're changing out when you go to Ultegra and Dura-Ace is hardware on there. Now, again, you're getting a different front derailleur. They're saying the brakes aren't the exact same on there, but their brakes are gonna stop. The front derailleur has been around. That's their older style front derailleur. It still works. So it's really not a bad group set. Now we're making this thing a 1x on there, but the 105 Di2 group set is a phenomenal group set. Especially for now for what the deals you can get on there. So that's a really cool group set on there. So $3,500 on there. B just flew by my head. On here, they come stock like this. This is the only thing I don't like. They have the cables kind of running externally, and it's a regular steer on here, a carbon fiber SL7 fork. But for some reason, they don't include the spacers kit to go ahead and make this thing integrated cables like the SL7. You can buy a 3D printed version of the spacers that you need to make this thing kind of work with the SL7, so the cables are completely integrated right here. But I feel like Specialized should offer that with this bicycle. This kind of looks cheap and clingy. I don't really like it, but again, like I said, we have the spacers that we need to make this thing fully integrated, so I'm very happy on there. But you do have options to do so. There's a ton of third-party companies out there, so that is really nice. Going down to the front here, we have the Specialized logo right here. We have the Specialized SL7 front fork, like I mentioned before. Nothing difference between that fork and your Allez Sprint fork. Wheels on here, people are gonna say these are cheap and crappy. They are not the best wheels. It's a DT Swiss R470 alloy wheel. They are tubeless ready. You do get Specialized turbo tires. They're not even S-Work tires on here. And a 700 by 26C configuration. These wheels, by all means, are just a starter wheel set. Can you still perform on them? Of course. If you're a fast guy, you're not gonna be able to hang on Jonas Vingegaard wheels just because he has these wheels. For sure, like whoever is fast enough to hold these wheels on there will have no issues with them. Are they the best? No. If you have the money to do so, you put a nice pair of carbon fiber wheels on this bicycle, you're set. And it doesn't mean you need to get the $3,500 wheel set. You can buy an Allez Sprint frame for $1,700, which is always a nice option as well. But the customer really wanted the limited edition color on there because the color is badass and it has a nice white logos on there. Going to the rotors, we have a 160mm rotor in the front with the through axles as well. You can also get lighter weight through axles like the new SL8 through axles. You can definitely see here these smart welds, and some people don't like this. Some people always give the Allez Sprint critiques. They say that welding's ugly and crappy to them. I like it, and if anyone remembers why they did that was to go ahead and show the reinforcements here, to go ahead and make these tubings much stiffer and put the reinforcements there to go ahead where all these torque points are or sprint points are. Whenever you're sprinting on these things over and over and over again, inside corners, outside corners, sprinting, this is for reinforcements. That's why they go ahead and make this look kind of like this industrial, rugged, fast crit bike. Obviously, anyone who's a welder is probably like, that's an ugly weld, but that's the idea behind the bike. That's the idea behind the Allez Sprint. Threaded BSA bottom bracket on here with a Shimano stock BSA. And then we go over here. Beautiful color on the top tube. Nice kind of greenish, bluish tint. Looks really clean. And this is an E5 D'Aluzio Smart Weld designed in California. 2-piece down tube to the bottom bracket right here as well. You can see you have separate weldings on each rear stay as well to go ahead and reinforce that structural points right there. Crank on here is going to be a Shimano 105 crank, 50 tooth in the front, 34 on the bottom. 170 crank arm length as well, Shimano 105 chain, and then comes equipped with a Shimano 105 front derailleur. We have 2 positions for water bottles here. We have one on the down tube, one on the C tube as well. Lower seat stays for aerodynamics, but that's a really good look at that paint. You have the Allez logo in the back there, really clean looking. Going back here, we have the Specialized logo on the chain stay, let you guys know you're extra crit race ready. More reinforcement welding marks here for the rear stays right here, boom and boom. You have the Shimano 105 Di2. This bicycle is to be able to be made mechanical as well, even though I heard that the mechanical jobs on these bicycles are kind of a pain in the ass for a front derailleur. So I'm happy we live in Florida for that. The exact same wheel for the rear as the front, the DT Swiss R470. These wheels can be made tubeless ready as well. You just need to get the right tire, the right tubeless tape, and the right valves for it as well. For the rotor in the back is a 140 Shimano rear rotor with, again, the SL7 through axle, and the 105 is mounted directly onto the flat mount disc brake parts. Again, like I said, if you want to drop some weight, you can easily put that S-weight skewer on there, no problem. You have the Allez logo on the back right there, and then like I mentioned before, you have the S-Works carbon fiber saddle or C-post in the Tarmac SL7 configuration. One thing that I said that I didn't like on this bicycle previously in a video compared to the SL7, the SL7, if you look at it, is completely flat here. They have a flush seat collar that goes into the frame. Here, the C-post clamp is raised. So if you have a fit on your normal bicycle, on your SL7, the seat post is going to look completely different in terms of the actual seat post there. So I'm making a video. All right, sorry about that. So like I was saying, the one thing I didn't like about that was just that seat post stuck out just a little bit more. But again, it's gonna be the exact same geometry, the exact same fit, everything on there. You can fit up to a 700 by 32C tire on here as well, so you have enough room in the front and the back. For the saddle, for the last thing, you have a specialized power saddle. Nice, comfortable saddle, nice wide cutout to allow blood flow, and a 143 configuration. For this price point, you're only gonna get chromoly rails on here, but you can always upgrade that later on. I definitely recommend if you're doing a crit bike to go ahead to a 0-degree offset post, but definitely it will make something way, way nicer. But anyways, guys, like I said, in the future, we're gonna be taking this bicycle and turning it into a crit machine. If you guys are a fan of that, make sure you follow down below, and we'll do a whole build process video where we strip this whole entire bicycle down and go ahead and make this thing way, way, way lighter. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you again so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. And last but not least, here comes this Freehub body sound test on this DT Swiss wheel set. It's not gonna be the best. Just expect it, okay, guys? I'm really sorry about this. Speaking of which, look at that beautiful Venge there. That's a first generation Venge with an external Di2 10-speed battery. And this thing's almost in mint condition with Mavic Caesarium wheel set on there. I mean, look at that thing. Their own specialized carbon fiber cranks with the OSPW bottom bracket. They don't make it like they used to. That's when Specialized want to be in the game with a matching chainring on here. This is when, like, this is what people talk about when they say that bicycle companies back in the day used to care. They go out of the way to make their own cranks, their chain rings, the designs. This might be a little bit too much clutter, but still, they made it in different colors. Such cool designs on here. Maybe we just say that nowadays because of the nostalgic. Who knows? But anyways, here we go. That's actually not bad. That is actually not bad. I don't remember it being that loud. It's a pause system. It's not a ratchet, so it's a pause system. But that's actually pretty good. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you again so much for watching. If you guys have enjoyed this video at all, please leave a like on my video. Please give a comment, and please...